Hey YouTube, Dan Ottawa here, coming at you with another Ultra League team. And this one, I started just specifically with hunting Pidgeot and as an okay answer to Cobalion Core because you have Melmetal in the lead. So Melmetal is just going to absolutely wall Pidgeot. And then if they come in with like their counter user, like Cobalion, you can just superpower and bail into your I put Tapu Fini, right? Because if you're going to be weak to fighting in the front, you want something that resists fighting in the back, so Tapu Fini. And then Giratina is just, again, one of those one of like the sort of better safe swaps just because of its bulk and how spammy it is. So Dragon Breath Giratina because it's just so spammy and very bulky. So let's look at the battles. Registeel lead here. This is where just kind of having a superpower is nice. I'm not going to throw until they hit me with the Focus Blast because I think I can live a Focus Blast, but I don't think I can live a Focus Blast if I lower my defense. Yeah, right? So I'm already in the red, and they try and catch on Gliscor, and they do catch successfully. That's fine. Good catch. Tapu Fini is going to be a pretty good answer to this. So I can just Water Gun. I throw a Surf here because I'm like, you know what? If you're going to go for an Earthquake, I'm going to force you to shield. And they decide, no, they're not going to shield, which is fine. Now if the Registeel comes back in, I think I'm okay-ish here. I have to shield up a Zap Cannon. But these water guns and surfs should do okay. The Registeel's so tanky in the Ultra League. It's so annoying. I do not have an Ultra League Registeel. I think I'm going to probably have to build it. Oh, so the thing is, you may be wondering, why aren't you just using Galarian Stunfisk? Why are you using Melmetal? Because I do not have a Hundo Galarian Stunfisk. So that is why I'm using a Melmetal. Come in here, snipe here. If you have a Galarian Stunfisk, use a Galarian Stunfisk instead. That is the obvious answer. Jellicent comes in. So this is nice, and it's a bubble Jellicent. So that makes the Giratina matchup a little bit better because we're both not using super effective fast moves. I will resist the bubbles. They will do neutral to the dragon, but I don't have like a shadow. What's the other fast move? The shadow. Is it Shadow Claw? Shield up a Shadow Ball just because that would hurt a lot. And they're unlikely to bait. It's kind of a risky bait if I don't shield because I'm so tanky, right? As you're going to see, like I can probably take a Shadow Ball pretty easily. It's probably going to take 2 Shadow Balls to take me out here. Just because Giratina is so tanky and so spammy. Yeah, they're going to need 2 Shadow Balls. So they try and catch. They do catch, which is fine because now I can align my take a move here because everything's resisted, but that doesn't matter. I should be able to just Water Gun down. They didn't even take me out either. So Water Gun down. 1 Shadow Ball is not going to take me out, and I'll get to a Moonblast before they get a second one off here. Because they are running Bubble. So Shadow Ball does not take me out. We'll get to a Moonblast, and they realize, and they are out of here. Crest, this matchup, buckle in. I only got 4 matchups to show you because I try to keep these battles around 9 to 10 minutes. And this is one of the reasons that it took like 4 minutes for this battle. Because it is neutral Thundershock and Rock Slides on a very, very tanky Crest with resisted Moonblast / Leaf Blades and resisted Psycho Cats. So it takes like 4 Rock Slides. You win this matchup, which is nice, but it just like it takes a while to do. So this team's good. Again, Galarian Stunfisk is obviously a better answer if you have that. Melmetal is actually nice, right? Because you have the superpower for the steals, you have the Rock Slide and Thundershocks for the ice and for the flyers. So that's nice. As instead of Galarian Stunfisk where you have ground here and would have taken neutral to the Grass Knot, you're just taking resisted from everything here, which is nice. Tapu Fini, I've already gone over Tapu Fini in a couple of my videos. I think it's very, very strong in this meta because just the Surf and the Moonblast is pretty wide coverage on almost everything, unless it's like a Grass Poison is the only thing that really is going to have you cause you problems. Like you're going to get outpaced by Trevenant. The question is, so Trevenant, what do you do in a Trevenant situation? Because everyone always seems to ask that question. What about Trevenant? What about Trevenant? If I think I've played it out, the Trevenant lead, I just stay in because Rock Slides do about, I don't know, 40%, and it still takes a couple Shadow Balls to take you out. So in that scenario, I just stay in. And then Giratina is just such a nice answer to Swampert here because they can only throw Earthquakes. Earthquakes do hurt. They got their own Melmetal. So great minds. Problem is these Thundershock Rock Slides are going to add up pretty quickly on Tapu Fini. But yeah, that's the team. A couple more teams to go. You'll see a combo of Ultra League teams and the... I don't know how many battles I'll be able to do for the Great League Holiday Cup before I head out. But I definitely will have a bunch of Ultra Leagues teams coming because I've got one really interesting one with a Pokemon that I was so excited to try out, and then they freaking buffed Wing Attack. I built up, how do you pronounce it? Fomantis. It's a pure grass type Pokemon with like a bug fast move and a Leaf Blade or Grass Leaf Blade or Grass Knot fast move, charge move with superpower. And it's a nice Pokemon because because you're just all grass. If you get against a Swampert, the Swampert can't throw anything, right? Hydros are resisted, and so are the Earthquakes. So it's got such an amazing matchup there. But again, against Flyers, you just get like walled now. But I do have one matchup where, what was that? A Talonflame came in. I was matched up against a Talonflame, and they just tried to incinerate down, and I still got off like 3 superpowers, and it took them down to like the yellow. So that was not actually the worst case scenario. So yeah, so you'll see that coming. What else did I do? I think an Obstagoon, because Obstagoon I think is underrated in this meta. Just again, a counter user that's doesn't take 0 factor from flying is always solid. Shield up the Brave Bird, which is nice here. They're gonna go down. They have shield switch advantage. No, they have shield advantage. I have switch advantage. And what do I do here? They're gonna need to throw Stone Edge. I know my tech's 2 times lowered. I think I just have to stay in and take these Stone Edges. I could bank a move and go Tapu Fini. We'll see how I play this out. But yeah, I hope you are having a good sort of Christmas holiday break if you are celebrating that. And we will see what 2023 holds for this game. I gave up. What? What am I doing? Oh, I don't know what I'm doing here, but this just reminded me of something very funny. I'm going to put it up as a short because I think the thing is, like, a lot of content creators are always like, look how amazing I play and look how amazing this team is. Here's how awesome everything is. I had possibly one of the worst battles of my life. I think I made 4 or 5 of the biggest bonehead plays. I lost the match. It was the easiest win of my life that I like overfarmed so they got extra moves. Through resisted moves. Come in wrong when I have like an easy answer. It was just like the stupidest plays I've ever made in my entire life, and it's a very funny game to watch. So I'm going to showcase that in a short sometime. I don't know when it's going to be, but check that out because it's very funny. Get the farm down. I think that this is too high so that I won't be able to one-shot here. The only problem with this team is it's not a super problem. But the problem with this team is, so I'll just stay in this matchup like I mentioned, because it does like 40%, is you don't have a charge move that makes you want to shield. And this is why I don't love teams. At least with the Galarian Stunfisk, you can threaten an Earthquake, which a lot of things will want to shield. With this one, I mean, Dragon Claws, Shadow Sneaks, they do add up, which is annoying. But Dragon Claw, Shadow Sneak itself is not a threatening move. Rock Slide, superpower, non-stab, Melmetal, doesn't super threaten either. And then Surf is an okay move. Moonblast is a decent move to try to get shields. But for the most part, this team lacks a Pokemon that can really threaten charge moves, and I don't love teams that have that. Like last week I posted an all glass cannon team. At least with that, you know you're getting shields. With this, it's kind of just like like they've already let they may end up with shields, right? In this one, because they're just letting everything go here. I just end up double shielding, because I'm like, if you're staying in this matchup, you probably have something weak in the back to it. So I'm just going to Dragon Claw here, Melmetal, hopefully get a Rock Slide off before they, because this will force a second shield, and then I'll be able to get my Fairy on this as well. They're going to need to throw before I get to another move. So it's probably just going to be a Dragon Claw, because I think a Dragon Claw would take me out from here. Oh, they do end up superpowering, so that's good. Now they have no move to throw and this game's over. Yeah. So when I'm building a team like this, so like an option is you could go Swampert instead of Tapu Fini, right? Because Swampert will do two things. It'll give you you're a little weak to Trevenant. I mean, you're sort of weak to Trevenant already, but you're kind of weak to Trevenant if you go Swampert in the back. But Swampert at least gives you the Hydro and the Earthquake to threaten shields. You have the Giratina, which still resists fighting. So if you get like a fighter on the thing, Giratina should be an okay answer. So that's an option. But yeah, that's my one replacement. The other ones, again, Glaring Stunfisk replaces Melmetal. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Appreciate the thumbs up, the comments, and subscribe if you're new. I'm just thinking what else. I know that we're into another season. How's this season going for everyone? Let's just talk here. How's this season going? I'm both having fun and bored of GBL, because what I'm doing is like the problem is a couple things that are going on here. One, we're in like what, 12th season, 13th season, and I've played essentially every game every day since season 1, right? So just general fatigue of the game. The game itself, you know what? A little bit of frame drop here and there. I'm not getting as bad lag, and they clearly fixed the game like just like closing on you. I haven't had that issue. So the game itself, I actually don't think it's as bad playability wise as it has been. The problem is the wing attack has actually killed the meta. It killed the Great League because it's just Noctowl, Lantern, Galarian Stunfisk, meta champs everywhere. Like the Great League is so small meta now. And you're sort of seeing it in the Ultra League with Pidgeot, Cobalion, Giratina, Cores as well. It's just like this one little move that they didn't think about the implications of it has shrunk the meta. So I'm still trying to have fun. Like I said, I tried my Fomantis. I've tried the Glass Cannon team. Like I'm trying to have fun early, and I'll grind ELO later, because I always hit Legend, right? So I'm not worried about hitting Legend. It's just like, it's boring. Like a lot of the same teams, the same meta, the same Pokemon. I wish they would, some of the cups, the Holiday Cup is actually coming up, or it's probably on right now, which gives you more options. Holiday Cup is not bad because it gives you like 6 or 7 typings. So that'll change up the meta a bit. I like that. Like if you're going to do a meta cup, do like 6 or 7 typings. It gives you options, and it won't completely just narrow the meta. Unlike these 1 to 2 typing. Don't get me started on those. So I appreciate that. But for the most part, like GBL stale, Ultra League is stale. I won't be able to compete Master League Open. So I'm just going to like bored quickly. So I'm trying to think of like what else I can do. I'm going to reach out to some content creators and see if we can do like another collab just to like keep things fresh. Otherwise, I will keep these videos coming so you can test out a bunch of teams as you grind towards Legend. So that is it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.